that was a great interview.
He expressed himself beautifully, didn't he?
And I enjoyed that just as much as I enjoyed his performance in the race. He got off to a great start, slotted into second as they went through turn one for the first Well, let's have a look at the highlights of Nakarin's first race win. All got off the line pretty well and made it down into to turn one. But a couple of riders getting a pretty good start there, but quite early on, Barry, it was clearly evident that the two Hondas were going to make their presence felt in this race. Early on, Hafiz was able to go with them, and so was Apiwath. But in the end, the gap was just too much for them to try and hold on to.
Yeah, Hafiz couldn't quite hold on. Apiwath came back, and that was a really scary moment for Aslan Shah and Azroy Hakim Anwar. Both of them stayed on, thank goodness.
There was a lot of sliding into turn three, and that one almost went wrong. But this was the battle right at the front as the dying lap started to approach. Nakarin was leading, then it was Zakwan Zahidi was leading. They both had turns. This was a good battle as well, with Azroy Hakim trying his best to try and find his way past Aslan Shah. The BMW and the Ducati swap positions in the final stages of the race, and that was one that Hafiz Syrim was able to hold all the way to the line.
Yeah, this is good defensive riding by Hafiz. He managed to keep Apiwath at bay.
Idemitsu engine oils are precisely formulated for meticulously engineered Japanese car engines. We are committed to delivering optimal performance. We fulfill this commitment through 5 ultra-protective benefits known as Quintec Guard. They unleash the peak performance of treasured cars. Drive anywhere with confidence. Feel the excitement in your heart. The highest quality engine oils in the history of Idemitsu. Idemitsu engine oils are precisely formulated for meticulously engineered Japanese car engines. We are committed to delivering optimal performance. We fulfill this commitment through 5 ultra-protective benefits known as Quintec Guard. They unleash the peak performance of treasured cars. Drive anywhere with confidence. Feel the excitement in your heart. The highest quality engine oils in the history of Idemitsu. Oil Experts. 5 protective benefits in harmony unleash the peak performance of your engine. Nano Silky Tech ensures extra smooth upshifting at high RPM. Rocket starts, silky shifts. Idemitsu IRG5. Idemitsu IRG5. Start like a rocket and shift like silk with super bike-proven nano-tailored oil. Ultra-protective Quintec Guard technology distills the wisdom of oil experts. 5 protective benefits in harmony unleash the peak performance of your engine. Nano Silky Tech ensures extra smooth upshifting at high RPM. Rocket starts, silky shifts. Idemitsu IRG5. Idemitsu IRG5. Start like a rocket and shift like silk with super bike-proven nano-tailored oil. Ultra-protective Quintec Guard technology distills the wisdom of oil experts. 5 protective benefits in harmony unleash the peak performance of your engine. Nano Silky Tech ensures extra smooth upshifting at high RPM. Rocket starts, silky shifts. Idemitsu IRG5. Idemitsu IRG5. Start like a rocket and shift like silk with super bike-proven nano-tailored oil. Ultra-protective Quintec Guard technology distills the wisdom of oil experts. 5 protective benefits in harmony unleash the peak performance of your engine. Nano Silky Tech ensures extra smooth upshifting at high RPM. Rocket starts.
Yeah, but keep do my best, and I focus on the podium.
Okay, another heroes, Zakwan Zaidi. What do you think about the weather?
Yeah, for sure. We're happy to be back in our home ground, and for sure we try our best to be
Oils are precisely formulated for meticulously engineered Japanese car engines. We are committed to delivering optimal performance. We fulfill this commitment through 5 ultra-protective benefits known as Quintec Guard. They unleash the peak performance of treasured cars. Drive anywhere with confidence. Feel the excitement in your heart. The highest quality engine oils in the history of Idemitsu. Idemitsu engine oils are precisely formulated for meticulously engineered Japanese car engines. We are committed to delivering optimal performance. We fulfill this commitment through 5 ultra-protective benefits known as Quintec Guard. They unleash the peak performance of treasured cars. Drive anywhere with confidence. Feel the excitement in your heart.
I lost the
highest
momentum.
quality engine oil.
And finally, this year I feel that I have a good confidence with the bike, and also go back to our team, especially in the Bonsu, and they believe in me. So yeah, I feel that this motivation give me a lot, and until in Buriram I get a double podium was so good, and hopefully I just try to keep the momentum to be in the on podium. Yeah, in the home ground also, for sure everybody a bit nervous, especially our Malaysian rider, but yeah, I believe that we can do our best.
Okay, the next question will be Keto. So Keto, awesome job in race 2 at Chang International Circuit, right? First debut you in ASB 1000, you took the 3rd place in race 2. So, what the biggest challenge for you in 1000?
Biggest challenge.
No
So-
challenging?
no,
So
no.
easy for you?
No. I think so. First, big different 600 because 1000 more powerful. So and like what do you say? So and the rider is a more high level. And I need to more strong heart and strong riding because they are so like very aggressive. Yeah. Yes.
Alright, many aggressive, like we can see 2 home heroes beside you, Zach and Hafiz Sharin, right?
Yeah.
Did you nervous?
Very nervous.
I'm
because
also
very
nervous.
strong.
Yeah, I'm so nervous because I'm with the top 3 rider in 1000.
Yeah.
So Hafiz Sharin. So this is your home race. We know many fan of Malaysian fan will come for this round, right? And round 1 look a bit tricky. And what was the main issue? And how are you planning the bounce back for home race?
The round 1 was the issue is we faced that we tried to change few things in the bike, and even we play a lot of with the electronic, and we can't find until the race day. Until the race day we try many things. So and then in the race 2 I was suffer to stick with the front group. As you can see, we face because they're very extremely hot weather in Buriram, so we cannot find the best or optimum speed on the bike. So I lose all the power like easily. So I can't push. I try to stay behind the rider. Even in the straight, I can follow. So that's really strange for us. That's why we try to find something to improve for this round 2, because we know that Sepang is also very hot. So we try to prepare better than Buriram, because if not, we will face the same problem. So I think this weekend, I believe in my team. They try to work hard from after finish the race. We during our period times to the round 2, we try to find something to help the bike get a bit more fresh air to the engine, because if not, we are struggling to keep the speed or to maintain the speed like other teams.
Okay, Sepang is your home race, like I said before. So, did you feel more pressure? Because last year we saw that you on pole position and a little bit struggle on the race, right? Like you say, this is your home race. You know you have many experience in Sepang circuit and also the unpredictable weather. So, what do you think?
To feel a pressure is normal as a rider or maybe or even another athlete, but home ground has helped us to have more easier to know the track very well already, since many times we riding here, even or another rider in another track is also the same. So for me here, I know the track very well. I just want to have a best feeling as much as possible in FP1 tomorrow with the bike. I want to have a quickly rhythm for go faster, so I don't have to think the rest of the problem. So that's why I can't wait to jump on the bike tomorrow. And then as last year we did a pole position, and then in the race one we try something but doesn't work, and we finished P5. I was really angry for myself, but this part of the racing life. You try something and then doesn't work, you cannot do anything. You try to give everything your experience, but if the bike doesn't help you to follow your way, it's also difficult. But in this race round two, sure we learn from our many things that we have been past time. So we will see tomorrow how we start, and then we follow the rhythm how the bikes go.
All right. So Zakwan, same like Hafisharin, this is your home race, and we know that this year you have a lot of races. You have a World Superbike race and come here for ARRC and a lot of training, right? So first time for Idemitsu Honda Racing Malaysia in 1000, but you have a lot of data here in Malaysian Superbike, also very well in Sepang circuit. So do you have any pressure for your home race?
For sure, I feel that a bit pressure because yeah, like we say, it's our home ground, and also yeah, in the Metsu Honda Racing Malaysia, they have a lot race, especially in Sepang. They have a lot of data, so it's helped me also. Even I go to the World Superbike, we try to adapt this feeling like a same bike, but it's different because the world is more high level. But when I come back here, I feel that a more mileage on the bike. Feel like that I have confidence. When I go back in the Buriram race, I feel that I understand which point that I weak, and finally that I realized that we need to adapt this thing. And yeah, when we go back in Sepang, especially in our team have Azroy. So last 2 weeks in MSBK they have already raced. So maybe I have a bit information from them. So maybe it helped me to adapt more fast. Yeah, that what we do is we try our best in the this weekend race, and yeah, we will see.
All right. Can we forget about the pressure? Like you say, you have Azroy as your teammate this year. Did it give you more motivation to be on top of podium?
Yeah, maybe I think so
Any strategy?
because
Maybe.
I think because Azroy also fast rider, especially in Sepang. I really know him. In the last, I think last year he joined MSBK and also with me. I know that Azro have a potential, but for sure he new in ASB 1000. For me, when Azra come here is for me is give me a bit motivation and also a bit pressure also. But yeah, as a teamwork, I think it easy to communicate and try to make some strategy. I think it's easy to make as a teammate.
All right. So the next question will be Keto. So Keto, who do you see as your close rival this season and why? Hafiz Shavin, Zakwan? Of course.
Of course, I think I don't know because in the LRC is like Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, so other countries, right?
Yeah.
And sure in Sepang, Zaka, Hafiz, other Malaysian riders very strong, but we go other country is other countries guy very strong. So I don't know rival, but I think all rivals.
One name, two name, three name? Hafiz Shavin, Zakwan?
Yeah, sure.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. And Nakaling,
Okay.
yeah, and Azroy, Azlan, Apiwat, yeah,
All the riders.
yeah, all the riders.
All right. So how competitive do you feel right now in ASB 1000? Of course, different, totally different with 600, right?
Yeah.
So, but can you explain a little bit how competitive do you feel in 1000?
I don't know, but
More challenges?
yeah, sure. This season changed the team and all different. Yeah, and but I what do you say? I don't know.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. Last one question for you.
Okay.
We like Zakwan and Hafiz said in Sepang is unpredictable weather. So, do you prefer rain or no?
Yeah, I maybe prepare because in Japan now coming rainy season. So yeah, same like now in Japan very every session different condition. So like same Japan, right? Little bit prepare. Yes.
All right, thank you, Keto. So, Hafiz Sharin, we see that this round many others manufacturer coming, right? Like Suzuki, Aprilia. What do you think? Like Adam Nordin also quite very well in Sepang circuit.
For me, it's very good for the championship, especially for us as a rider. More bikes on the grid is much better for us to compete. And I know that Adam is coming to be a wildcard rider, and also it's good for him, and also good for us to compete together, because he's very potential also to give a challenge to us. And we know that new coming the Aprilia teams from Japan. So I think it's overall it's good. I prefer this one because we know that in our championship now the bike is only 13 or 14 bike. So when coming to more is more rider in the grid. And even I didn't know how they go, but I follow a few weeks ago, like Zakwan say, have a local race here in Sepang, and Adam did really well with his debut with the Suzuki. So we will see here how it go, and yeah, I can't wait to see everyone on the circuit because at the moment I can't comment much, but all the riders are fast and all is rival. And sure, like I say before, few names like Zakwan and Nakarin is a more consistent rider that in round one. So we will see how it is go for everyone. And my rival is, I can say, all, because I cannot choose at the moment. I cannot choose one rider or something like that, because it's a opening season just started in Buriram, and then it's round two. So everyone can improve. So like last year, we know in beginning of the season Kuni was top 5, and then suddenly mid of the season going really well, because they did a local race also in Japan, and he know very well the bike. So anything can happen. That's why I cannot choose one of the rider is my big rival or what. All is experienced rider from the World Championship came here to race. So I think everyone is faster, and I cannot take simply like.
Or maybe in your mind, have one?
No. Like I say, it's a two rider that really
Okay.
competitive at the moment. I can see round one was Zakwan and Nakarin stay one same position, consistent. Only change his third position. Kaito go to podium in race 2. I was a bit drop in race 2. So, like I said, two rider at the moment is consistent. The rest is a bit try to find the rhythm, and but it's still early, and but I believe I want to come back for the round 2, and home ground, you know very well the track. Sure, it's a special for you. So the rest is like I say, we go with the flow, try to improve the weak point on our situation. So yeah, just prepare yourself and to fight with the rest of the rider in the grid.
Okay, Avishavin, last question for you. This season is super competitive, like you say before. What's the Ducati biggest strength here at Sepang?
Like last year was not big. Like people say Ducati bike is in the straight is faster, but at the end of the day it's very similar, because we using a stock bike. We don't using a World Superbike bike because the regulation and everything. So we can say Honda and BMW are very similar now, but as I can see, round 1 was a bit speed of bike is BMW, and then our bike is very similar to Honda, but I probably can't fight because our bike is a bit. We need more times. Like I say, we don't arrive here like magic or something like that. Many like Honda also already have many kilometers in Buriram, so they know how to manage the situation. We just second year, but as a rider that like me have a lot of experience, I try to do my best, try to give a challenge to try to make the situation not easy, give a damn challenge.
Not easy, right?
Yeah, so I give my challenge. If I have everything in my hand, I always fight with them.
Alright.
Not easy win, but now the championship is also grow. The rider that come is also from World Championship that have experience. So I think that's why when coming is two more rider in the grid to be a wildcard, I prefer more rider to. If you have experience, you learn a new experience. But nothing much I can say. All is a very good rider in here.
Alright, thank you, Hafiz. So, Zakwan, we have two questions for Zakwan. So, Zakwan, like Hafiz said that he's mentioned your name, very consistent rider, also Nakarin. And now we are here in Sepang. So Nakarin also champion in Malaysian Superbike last year. So what do you think about Nakarin? Same Honda bike, but also your ex-teammate, but now different team.
Yeah, I know him very well last year. He has his character is aggressive rider, but more consistent. Especially, I think this year is more strong than last year. I think he also joined All Japan race. Last week he already podium in the ST. ST1000. So I think the motivation in Nakarin is very high. So we need to battle. Even I think not only him. I think 5 rider in the top 5 or top 6 is still fast, because you know in the Buriram the lap time is just near 0.1, 0.2 is everybody can win. So we just need to find where that we can consistent. I think in this moment in Sepang is so pretty to difficult to choose the condition. So I hope in the race is dry, so it's easy to set, because I always change is a bit tricky, and we try to many set up the bike. We need to adapt like this and the condition like this. So we hopefully I think for sure in the top 5 or top 6 rider will be better in the race. It is for sure. I think we need to make some strategy, but all I can say is I try my best.
All right, Zakwan, thank you so much. So I have one last question.
Yeah.
Because you say you need dry race, right? Also keto, but we know Hafiz Sharin, Pescao. Is it correct? Hafiz, yeah.
Okay.
Pescao.
Yes.
Is it correct? Is
Yeah.
it fish, right?
Yep.
We know Hafiz Sharin, Pescao. So do you want to swimming in the track or also dry?
For me, both are okay.
Okay.
But if you feel faster in the dry, you prefer dry. So it depends. It depends the situation on the track tomorrow. If full wet, it's good. But if half wet, half dry, that's makes everyone tricky. Difficult situation to go with a dry setup half or wet setup half or something like that.
Yeah.
Also, if you prefer rain, go full wet, because that full wet makes you more sense to understand the bike and not make you more confused. Just focus on your riding, try to improve every lap. But if you find mixed condition, that's make everyone tricky to understand. That's a problem for me. I know very well the wet feeling, but I never rode full time or more time. Only I think in last year in China, we have a wet situation. We improve every session, so I think I can say Ducati also have a potential in the wet feeling. So we will see. At the moment, difficult to say.
Okay.
I cannot simply choose like, okay, I want to go wet and I want to go dry, because sometimes you prefer wet, but at the end you don't find a feeling with the bike. So we need to find the base of the bike setup in the situation. If you full wet, you know the bike is a full wet setup. If full dry, you know full dry setup. And then after that, FP2 or FP3, wet or dry, we know already the bike how to go which direction. If first session already mixed, you start to, or you go out or not, you stay in the box or you go out, or you which tire or blah blah blah. You know, so that's a tricky one. That's why at the moment, even you have experience, but you don't have option to, or you don't have any answers to which one you prefer. But as me, both condition I'm okay with it.
Okay, we hope so. The weather in Sepang this weekend will be good. All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Thank
guys,
you.
for your time. All the best, and I'm very excited for this weekend. So thank you again, and we will be back through Daniel.
Kambate.
Love the emotion there, Barry. That was a great interview.
He expressed himself beautifully, didn't he?
And I enjoyed that just as much as I enjoyed his performance in the race. He got off to a great start, slotted into second as they went through turn one for the first time. But the big interest was that the BMW of Aslan Shah and also Apiwath as well, was they were on a charge pretty early.
Yep, and Zakwan really trying to make sure that Nakarin couldn't get away. And you see really good early pace from Azroy as well.
Also, have a look how far back Kito Abe was in the first lap of the race. And then unfortunately it was Apiwa that went down on board bike number 24. A little bit of a contact there between himself and one of the rampaging Hondas at the front, but unfortunately an early end to the race for the BMW rider.
Yeah, unfortunate for him, and it seemed that the BMW of Aslan Shah wasn't working perfectly.
He had a bit of a moment on the brakes and ran wide at turn 12 that dropped him back a fair way. He was able to recover a position towards the end of the race, but about half race distance, the gap had opened up for Nakarina Tirapuvapat, and then he held it between that 3/4 of a second and 1 second. It did come down to about half a second, I think, at one lap as Zakwan Sahidi made a bit of a charge, but then that was that big moment for Andy Farid Izdihar, who was really charging forward. Importantly, he picked the bike up and kept going, scoring points.
Yeah, that was a real challenge from Andy Farid, but he just overcooked it. So he was out, and that was left to Zakwan to see what he could do about Nakarin. Nakarin knew he was there, and I think the fact that he was able to manage the gap as well as he did speaks volumes about his maturity as a rider now. And Kito Abe, that was a plan coming together, wasn't it?
It certainly was. He'd put in a great ride. He'd made his way forward just as he did in yesterday's race. Eventually got the better of Azroy and also Fiz Syrin. But no one could get near this man, especially over the final laps of the race. He eventually took the race win by 1.2 seconds over Zakwan Zahidi, the hometown hero. It was Nakarin Aratirapuvapat on the Honda Thailand machine.
Beautifully done, and beautifully celebrated, and a great interview too.
That was a beautiful view of the highlights of the round one that we had for this 2025 season of the Idemitsu FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. Big thank you once again to Nasha down in pit lane, bearing through the weather and getting us some wonderful insights from some of our front runners in the ASV 1000s. Now next to me is the championship leader of the Super Sport 600s from Astra Honda Racing, Adinanta Putra.
Yeah.
So Adinanta, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
How's the flight over here to Malaysia?
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna jump right into it.
Yeah.
All right, so the wet tires seem to have been a good advantage for you. You seem to be really strong with the wet compounds and the wet weather in round one. While many riders struggled and you managed to get the benefit, what was your strategy during that race? Because we know it was tricky, really tricky that time.
Yeah. Actually, in the first race of round one in Buriram was wet race, and actually me also have a struggle in that condition because you know very hot, and then when before the race coming rain very big, and then we have a delayed start on the first race, and then after the rain stopped, coming again some hot sun. Yes, and then actually the track was still wet, but was very hot, and then I don't know, when I'm riding very slippery on the tire front, also rear. I just try from the first lap to make some my own pace. So I just calm and then make improve step by step, lap by lap, and I just try little bit and more, little bit more, and then and also sometimes was scary because some mistake and then almost make me crash, but yeah, I just try to maintain my pace, and sometimes I was on the front and sometimes I was behind another rider. When I put my position to behind another rider, I just to try to watch to see in front of me how to riding, and then I just measure my pace and my riding. Oh, and then I know when maybe the last 3 laps, I just try to do my best on my pace and try to make a save every corner, every laps, and then yeah, I'm happy to finish on the first position.
So I want to ask, like, when the rain starts falling like that suddenly,
Mm.
what is going through your mind in that situation?
Yeah, actually, uh, for me was no worries. I always put on my mind with for me I'm a rider, so I must be ready in any condition.
Yeah.
So just try to adapt quickly with uh, any condition and just try to do my best. Yeah.
So that was race one. I mean, race one was
Mm.
hectic. It was really
Yes.
hectic. But in race two, different situation. Back to the
Mm.
hot weather. It was really hot all throughout round one.
Yes.
Tell us how it was different in like race two compared to the other sessions in the heat.
Yes. Yeah. I have struggle a lot in race 2 from the beginning until finish. I was had little bit problem in my rear tire, rear suspension. Also, I don't know. Maybe when in race 2 the condition was very hot, and then maybe it's not my best setting for that condition. So I had a struggle on the rear, and then from start, yeah, I just try to push from the beginning because I start from the middle row from I think 8. Yeah, it's not easy for me to going to the front. Yes, on the first lap, I just try to going to the front uh, as quick as possible. Yes, and then in the first lap, I was directly to P3 or 4, uh, I think. Yes, and then I just try to follow uh, top rider, and then yeah, but when I try to maintains, I had a struggle a lot in my rear suspension, was not good. Many spinning. I had a lose when exit corner.
Right.
Yes, because difficult to drive. Always when I open my throttle, many slide, many spin. So quite tired in race 2. And then when I try to follow Kasma and Anupap, yeah, maybe one two lap I can, but after that I just think, wah, if I push too too much risk for me. So and then I think this is also the first round, so point is more important for me. So I just try to maintain and then try to more safe. Yeah, for me it's not bad for finish on the third position in race 2.
As you
Yes.
mentioned, points is the most important thing.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So that was round one. Round one, good weekend.
Yeah.
Now we arrive here in Sepang.
Mm.
Now, what do you think is going to be your advantage here, and why do you think it will be your advantage?
Uh, Actually, uh, for me was maybe I feel have also some advantage and maybe also disadvantage for me.
You feel more of a disadvantage, or
Uh, I think I try to think I have more advantage.
of
Yes,
course.
yes, yes. That's important because for me, mind and mental was the first important for rider. So I just try to always thinking positive. Yeah, for me, my advantage was uh, difficult to explain, but yeah. Maybe I just want to do my best and give my all every session until the race one and race two. Yeah, I hope I can get a better result from the round one in this round two. Yes.
Very nice, very nice. So the Super Sport 600 class.
Mm.
Now we know every weekend is super competitive. The riders are all very
Yes.
competitive, very quick. What would you say is your strength in this category that has been working every round? Because we know you're very consistent. So what separates you from the rest?
Yes. This year many experienced rider come to 600 like Kasma last year. He was right in SP 1000, and Pawi come back again to 600 after he raced in uh, World Super Sport 600, and also Anupap. Yeah. I just try to learning from the strong rider, the experienced rider, where in free practice. Also, when race was going, when I behind of that rider, I just try to always learning from him. Oh, and then when I do some battle with the riders, I got also some new experience. Oh, like this, like this. So, when I got some new experience, I try to keep on my mind for improving myself. And then, yeah, for me was consistency is the most important because for for uh, how to say for be fast riding was easy, but consistent is more difficult. Yeah.
That's very true.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think it's like the saying,
Yes.
anyone can do a fast lap, but
Yes.
nobody can do a fast race.
Yes, but for consistent, it's more difficult. Also, not every rider can make this. Yes, I just try. Also, for me, in free practice, in qualify, I I always try to make my consistent, my own pace. I just not focus on the best lap, best time, because many time also when practice qualify, sometime not so good for me. My lap time always not always on the top, but I just try to make my pace, and then I just try to understand the circuit, the character, and then I just going alone. So and try to do consistent lap by lap, and then yeah, when I already can make some consistent and I understand with my bike, my riding, and also circuit. When I meet maybe some rider was more fast than me, more easy to improve. So yeah, like this.
Very well said. I
Yeah.
really like that line about, being consistent, because that's very
Yes.
true.
Yes. Yes.
So now, let's talk about your bike.
Mm.
Now, in Sepang, a lot of people do seem to favor the Hondas.
Mm.
It's been a track where they say the Honda has the advantage, but tell us what you think gives Honda an advantage here, if any.
Yes. I think I have advantage on my bike in the top speed because this circuit, Sepang have also quite long straight, back straight and then main straight. Yeah, for me also I have advantage in the top speed, and also for handling. Honda, my bike was very good. Actually, really good for handling and actually cornering for high speed corner was very good. So I hope it will be some my advantage for this round. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
Now, tell us a personal experience. So we're going away a bit from the race this weekend, but tell us a personal experience that has become a lifelong inspiration for you and that helps you to push and go for more success in the future.
Mm. Yeah, for me, the most important thing was discipline. Yes, because me also start racing from 5 years old, and then like maybe uh, in that age, 5 year, 6 year for me was child, and uh, many times want to just playing with my friend and some playing I don't know, but when in that time that moment I cannot doing because I must training. Yes, I must training, and then training physical training, and then also do some bike training. So when yeah, for me everything is not easy if you want to be success. So you must discipline and also life like a professional. Yes, maybe it's some tips from me. Yes.
No, I truly think you can be a great example for young Indonesian riders
Yes,
and
I hope.
other young riders as well, because
Yes.
discipline is key.
Yes,
Yes, if you're
discipline.
disciplined, you can make it.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, last couple of questions. Favorite turn in Sepang?
Favorite turn
Yeah.
for me?
Yes.
Yes, for me favorite turn is uh, turn number 4.
Turn 4.
Turn 4 for me.
You have
Yes.
the same answer as Nakarin.
Yes, for me. Turn 4 is my favorite in here in Sepang.
Because of the heartbreaking?
Yes.
Very well, very well.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, now your least favorite turn.
What?
Your least favorite, the one you don't like.
Oh, for me is turn 7 and 8.
Turn 7 and 8?
Yes.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yes.
Why turn 7 and 8?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just a weird feeling going in?
I always have some difficult on that point, turn 7 and 8. Sometimes going out, and then yeah, I don't know. Just I feel difficult on that corner. Turn 7 and 8. Yes, 7 and 8. Actually, if you look, just simple, yeah. Turn right and right. But I don't know if when I'm ready, I'm riding. Yes, difficult for me.
Yeah, if you're not used to the way it goes around, it's weird.
Yes, yes.
Okay, last two. Now, tell me your prediction for the podium for the Super Sport 600.
Super Sport 600.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Two race. In two race, or maybe just
We'll take one race.
yes. Adenanta.
Okay, yep.
Yes, and then
Adenanta number 1.
yes,
Yeah.
and then I think also some Bonsu rider was Malaysian rider. Helmi, I think Helmi.
Yeah, he's been looking strong.
Yes, and
Agent.
I think Kasma will quite fast also in here.
Yeah, I almost
Yes.
forgot about that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, brilliant. Okay, last one. Can you give a nice message to the Indonesian fans that will be watching you this weekend?
Oke. Untuk semua yang nonton, jangan lupa dukung dan saksikan saya di Asia Road Racing Championship putaran kedua di Malaysia ini dari tanggal 30 sampai tanggal 1 Juni. Dan doakan semoga saya bisa mengumandangkan merah putih di atas podium untuk 2 race. Salam satu hati untuk Indonesia juara.
Okay, thank you so much, Adinata. Terima kasih.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
we're going to head to a quick break and we're going to head down with Nasha down at pit lane. This has been myself, Daniel Bogus, and Adinanta Putra.
Yeah.
And we'll have more coming right up.
Well, look out if he's going to give more pace tomorrow. But certainly a very interesting start to the race. There was a delay, there was rain all over the place, but the riders got away and everyone made it through turn one. But early on, our pole sitter was well placed.
Yeah, and track conditions, as we suspected, changed during the race. Just at this point, it was Sherifuddin Azman who got away well from pole to start off with. Tanak Longpliao threatening. Helmi Azman up there for most of it. And McKinley Carl Paz, you can see, started well and kept himself in the first 3 or 4 for most of the race, except for one occasion.
Yeah, but also Adinata Putra had come from the 7th position on the grid on the 3rd row to make his presence felt early on in the race. There he is leading early on as well, but he had Tanat, the other tie rider for company, on board bike number 31. McKinley Kyle Paz made his way to the lead. Here he was leading. The next minute, Barry, that we saw him, he was back in 6th position, but not only back in 6th position, but a long way distance-wise behind the leader, which he had to try and fight back.
Yeah, I stood up to look out of the window to see where he was. But anyway, the rest is history. He made his way back up to the front.
Good battle going on in the second group as well.
Yeah, it was.
That was while Kazma Daniel was still actually going. Unfortunately, his race was to end early.
Yeah, this group nice and tight. We thought maybe Anubhav Samoon was going to come through, but he ran wide once or twice. That was the second time.
I think it was all at the same corner too, as this lead group started to close up once again. And Helmi Azman was once again in the battle as well, as the race finished early for McKinley Kolpaz's teammate.
Yeah, and Wayne Groho, should mention him because he was threatening all the way through this race in 3rd position just at that point. And as we got into the final lap, he really looked as though he was going to make a lunge for the lead. But Adinanta, as he said, he could hear other bikes around him, but he rode his own race, held his line. Nice, clean, slightly slippery exit.
You can tell he went into that final corner as hard as he was prepared to, and no one else was able to outbrake him. And all of them moving around on the way out, but in the end.
Okay, this time me with 3 strong rider in SS600, which is Kyle Paz from Hongleong Yamaha Racing, also Wahyu Nugroho from Yamaha Racing Indonesia, and Anubhav Sarmon from Yamaha Thailand Racing Team. So, how do you feel being here in Sepang Circuit in this condition weather?
Good, no? Good. Today was good.
Today was good. Okay, so the first question will be Kyle Paz. So Kyle, you are strong in race 1, in round 1, and we also saw you in pre-season quite good this year. And how's your training before the season started?
Before the season, we train a lot, especially in the small circuit to know the bike very well. So in the first round, we will focus on the bike setting because the last season is little bit
difficult.
Difficult, but that's why we train a lot. So in the round 1, I think we do a lot better than last year, and we see this round too, what we can do.
But what happened in race 2?
About the race two, we had some problem with the front brake. After 4 laps or 5 laps, my brake is completely gone, and then I tried to put it back, but I, the brake is totally gone, so I need to come in.
All right. So the next question, Wahyu. So Wahyu, last season also was very challenging for you, and your first podium in Thailand, P3, and very emotional podium for you, right? So you made strong comeback, and what's the change for you? And I also saw in the social media you have a lot of training like bike stand, and maybe you can share a little bit about this.
For the first, I was very grateful because on the first round I can get the podium. This is the first time for me and for the team. It's very important for us because the team they already prepare many things that can give me a good bike. So that's why this year I try to train more to get our target. So
Okay. So Anupap.
สวัสดีสวัสดีตอนเช้าครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
So Anupap, you currently on second on standing after the round 1, and past 2 weeks you also here for Malaysian Superbike. You also have a podium here in 2022.
Yes,
if I'm mistaken,
1000 cc.
1000 win here, right?
Yes.
So how's the competition looking for this season?
For me now, we have a standing point P2. Many times I tell with the team, we still working hard. Every time we find the good setting for the this year on the second leg, because the last time I led in the 1000 cc. Okay, sure. Last 2 weeks we have practice here for keep the data to this week for the less buy in ARC. Everything is good, but the last 2 weeks we are lucky because the buy not come. We have the buy from the Malaysia Hong Liang team give me for the practice buy. Okay, I have some data for the team. I think in this race I will make many points for the team. I give the many points for the team. For the next round, we can easy to win. Yeah, sure.
All right, back to Wahyu. Okay, Wahyu. So you quite long in 600, right? So in Sepang circuit also very well in Sepang. A little bit maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. What the most challenges in 600? And we also see Indonesian rider now becoming more competitor, right? In Mandalika Racing Series. So what the most challenging in 600?
For me it was still the same because this is the big bike for me, but I'm start getting enjoy this bike. It's very fun to ride this bike. So I just try to learn more and more enjoy the race. And also we have the race 600 in Indonesia, right? So that's very good for me to get more experience to fighting with the 600 rider like Nanta and the other. So also in here it's tricky because also the weather like this, but I will enjoy this round, so let's see.
All right, back to you, Kyle. Okay, so your teammate Kasma Daniel, Malaysian star or king of Sepang, he also win in Malaysian Superbike. So many times very well in Sepang circuit. So what the biggest change you see in the team?
For me, I think we will get more data because Kasma already know to how to set up the bike here. Also, tomorrow I will try to follow him so I can see all all the points that like braking, the gas time like this, and the line. So I think for us we had an advantage, and we will see.
We don't know, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
But in Sepang, what the most difficult turn in Sepang circuit?
Maybe the sector 3, I think, the most difficult part.
Why?
Because all the right is like little bit tricky, like big and then going like very sharp.
All right, like you said before, the weather is unpredictable in Sepang, right?
Yes.
We can race half dry and half wet. Did you guys experience it?
Maybe Anupab, no?
Anupap, right? In 1000 to 2022? Yes, you win, right?
I use the dry tire.
Dry tire. Maybe we can talk later about that. And so, Kyle, what do you think about the weather?
For me, rain or dry.
Same. Oh my God, it's same.
Yeah, same.
It's okay. It's okay for you.
Yes, no problem.
All right. What do you think, Wahyu?
It's the same.
Same.
Everything same.
Like Thailand, no?
Okay, maybe you can, Anupap, you just say that you experienced the half wet and half dry in Sepang Circuit in 2022, and you using what tire?
The slick tire.
Slick tire.
Yes.
So
Because
if this weekend, once again, like before,
I will
how
use
it will?
slick tire. Yeah, because the Sepang condition is hot, easy to drive on the track. I like just the 2 laps, everything is dry. Yeah. And setting half, 50-50, wet and dry. It's okay.
All right.
Yeah.
The weather is always unpredictable in Sepang Circuit, but we hope the weather will be good this weekend because everybody want to see dry race, right? Okay. So next question, Anupap. Still Anupap.
Cup.
You've been racing for a while. What your thought about the ARC standing overall championship? I mean,
What's
overall for 600 for this year. Do you target for B?
Sure. Last time I say many times, I still looking the team. Everyone is working hard, working so hard, prepare everything in the factory. We go to the practice, we go to the training. Everything is so hard working with the team. So in this year, sure, everything must be better. We will make the champion for him, forgive him the good moments, win together, champion together. Yeah, sure. I would like to go to champion.
All right, we will see. And Wahyu and also Carl, just hearing what you said, Anupap want to be champion. Also you. What do you think, Wahyu?
For sure, every rider I think have the same
yes.
target, right? So let's see, and hopefully I just want to see the how to say a fair fight.
Yes, fair fight. Yeah.
Yeah, only this, and just let's enjoy.
Okay, maybe you can share with us about your performance bike in Sepang Circuit. How's the performance bike?
The performance of the bike is comparing from the last year, it's quite good now. Also, as we know, I get the good result on the first round on Thai, so that will be our ammunition for this round. So just let's see.
Okay, just let's see. And back to Kyle. So Kyle, they already talked about Sepang. So I ask you once again about Sepang. What are the 3 things you love most about riding in Sepang Circuit? 3 things. Only 3 things. Speed, maybe. Have a 2 straight, long straight. Anything.
Maybe all the fast corners. But I love also the technical, like turn 1 and 2. The U-turn here. Turn 9, no? Turn 9. Yes. Yes.
All right. Who the biggest rival for you this year? Maybe 1 or 2 names?
2 names.
Yes, 2 names. Wahyu,
Anupap.
Anupap. Oh, Anupap.
Anupap, no? Anupap and Wahyu.
Oh,
Wahyu, no?
it's not
Wahyu,
fair
Wahyu,
because I already said.
Okay, Kasma.
Okay, Hasma. Okay, how about you, Wahyu?
I think everyone was the strong rider, right? So also they have more experience in this class. So for me, but as I see, no, I just want to beat myself to beating them.
Okay, that's a great answer. So, Anupap, what do you think?
For me, everyone is so fast, so strong, but only one guy in my heart,
Oh, in
the
your
crazy
heart.
guy, Kasma. Really crazy guy, and him style. And last time I come to join MSBK, I see the Kasma is have the different life from the some rider. Yeah, he's so fast and so strong fighting. Yeah.
All right, so that's all. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. And we already know the answer, the rival, the weather that they choose. So I hope all good weekend for you guys and all the best for this weekend. So back to Daniel.
The race, as you can see, as they made their way off the line, it was a pretty good start from everybody, but Anupap was the one that was charging forward early from, I think, about row 3, Barry. He looked pretty good going down into turn 1, but got swamped on the brakes, was back in the field a little bit, but that started his charge forward.
Yeah, it did, and it was a very, very good start for Adinata Putra as well. Coming up from far back on the 3rd row, and he looked really determined to put in another great performance today.
Yeah, so I put an Asman on board bike number 63, started from pole position, but by the end of the first lap was way back in the field. You can see him back there, about 6th or 7th position. The race wasn't going his own way.
Now at this stage, we had Kazma back in P4. A couple of places behind him was his teammate, and P2 yesterday, McKinley Carl-Paz.
That was a big one. That was the move that they moved Kazma Daniel up into 3rd position. This was really the start of his charge. Then we saw this incident, 2 riders going down into turn 12, and Riza Danica Arends was one of those riders looking dejected as he walks away. Anupap was good on the brakes though, all race, wasn't he? You can see there. And unfortunately, that was the end of the race for Saifud Asman on board bike number 63.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of crashes just in that 1/3 race distance. But at this point, Kazma was away. And the question was, after Anupap got clear of the group behind him, would he be able to catch up? That is about as close as he got.
That battle for those 4 riders was extremely close. You can see they're almost coming together between Wahyu Negro, the Indonesian rider, and Tanat, the Thai rider. At that stage, Tanat was on a bit of a charge too. He'd come from a fair way back to bring himself up into that battle for 3rd place. Look at the flapping on the side of the fairing there. I think that was Helmi Asman's machine, wasn't it? That's
yeah.
Obviously a bit of contact somewhere has ripped one of the stickers off the side of the machine. Helmi Asman tried up the inside, couldn't quite get there in the end.
Yeah, it was an easy win in the end, as Anupab had, he said, maybe electronic, but probably fuel problems. And this was a fantastic battle behind him. Celebrations for the Malaysian.
Yeah, the eventual winning margin, 1.2 seconds over Anupab and Adinent Putra, putting in a great ride to take that last place on the podium.
Much Nasha, and now we're back in the studio and we're sticking with the theme of red and white, the colors of the Indonesian flag and the Astra Honda racing team. By my side, Fadila Arbi, the leader for the AP250 class. Welcome to the studio. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good.
It's good, it's good. So we're gonna jump right in. In round one, you were unstoppable, and I think you just showed your absolute quality and experience on the bike. Tell us more about round one and why you were so dominant in that race.
So we start beginning on the pre testing. So I just start. I hasn't touched that bike since I think I don't know. I never raced with that bike with CBR 250. So it's my first time riding that bike on the race situation. So beginning, I felt good already with the bike, with all the setup, with all the team we work together to find some improvement from last year. Because I know from the bike and from myself, I can be more faster than the lap time they did last year. So we start working on our my pace from the beginning, from the pre-session testing. I working alone, focusing on my breaking point, on my turning point, everything. So I had a good pace, and also we didn't even try attack lap in the pre testing because I know I'm not on the limit yet, so I know I can push more the bike. So in the start from the FP1 already felt good, but because the Yamaha Thailand they didn't do the test, so I'm quite surprised that they can make a good lap time as well. So start from FP2, FP3. We work on a little bit different setup to be able push more on the lap time because I know the qualifying is a bit crucial on the Buriram. So in the qualifying, I just try my best to do attack lap. Fortunately, I made some little mistake, but it cost me a lot in the lap time. So I start from P2. But on the race, sorry, I analyze him since beginning of the lap, from lap 1 until I think lap 3 or lap 4, because before I attack him. So I analyze how he ride, how he move, and then I know where I can go and where I shouldn't. So on the last lap I just go full from the last lap and just go on the limit on the last corner, and I know he will try it. So I pick up the bike a bit and just turn. And on the race too, I do the same. I try to analyze other people because it's a little bit a bigger group on the beginning of the lap. So I just stay calm because I know I can break away. And when I see him try to break away also, and I just go with him and then do the same as race 1. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the genius that we all saw in round one from you. That last turn, like we knew you were on the limit, and if Kritapad wanted to overtake you there, he would be slightly over the limit. So
Of course,
it was
yes.
fantastic.
Yes.
So we know this AP250 class, like every lightweight motorcycle class, it's super competitive and everyone is really fast. What would you say is your motivation factor to keep on trying to just have that slight edge better than everyone?
Yeah, we always try to be on the top, of course. In AP250, I know the competition is quite tough because the bike difference is just a small difference. Is every bike they have their own power, like plus minus, but it's just a slight slightly different, not like with a big bike. So I know the especially Honda bike, they have super good handling. So I need to maximize that positive point. So maybe we are now is trying to be find like solution for the acceleration, because right now with example with Yamaha, we are quite far away on the acceleration, but we cannot do other more. So I need to do something for, like, I need to have the engine also, how to make that less gap with another rider with the Yamaha. Yeah.
That's it. Very well said. Now that was round one. Now we're gonna have a look at round two, this round. So in Sepang, we know that it's always been a very, very, very tough circuit on everyone. It's one of the favorite circuits in the world by many riders. What would you say is going to be your advantage here, or what would you say will be a disadvantage?
Uh, for now, I don't know, because the last time I riding in Sepang is, I think, 5 years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a long time ago. It's Asia Talent Cup pre-testing as well. So for me, I like this track because since I play MotoGP video game, I like a lot this track. So it's been a lot of rider. I know a lot of rider, they like this track, so it will be tough. Also I saw in Malaysian Superbike is a lot of rider fast here, and yeah, is advantage and disadvantage. I still don't know how much that I can take, but for sure I will try my best to do 100% in every track that I've been riding. Yes.
Just a touch on the game part. Do you play games a lot to try and prepare for a race every weekend, or is that just sometimes?
I play game a lot. Sometimes I try to make a world record lap time. So no, but I didn't do, but I tried. Yes.
All right, next one. In terms of your bike, the Honda CBR 250 RR, what would you say is the key difference that you feel right now against the competitors' bike? Like, we know the Yamaha has the very strong exits, but what would you say is the advantage for the CBR?
My bike, especially, it has, I think, a lot more stable than the other bike, and of course, I ride with the best team. They had super nice, super good rider analysis, and the data and the mechanic are super helpful. So they can make, and they make the bike as perfect as I want. So I can go on the limit, but not beyond the limit. So the bike also is supporting me as well. So I can push the bike on the 100% without any more movement. Like, of course there is some, maybe a little bit chattering or wobbling is normal. Maybe it's because the tire life, etc. But the Honda bike is helping me a lot, especially the handling for pushing more in the cornering speed or in the entry, especially on the braking. I think Honda is quite strong. Is the strongest one for brake, because the bike is super like easy to ride. Yes.
So speaking of the bike as well, you've ridden prototype bikes like the NSF and now the CBR. What would you say is the key difference between a prototype 250 and a production 250?
For me, the production bike is more friendly, because it's give you more information. Like, if you want to, if you feel is little bit movement in the front, so you will lose the front, and if you feel your rear is wobbling, you will lose the rear. But with the prototype bike, it's more rigid. It's like more stiff, and you need to push like on your limit, but it's difficult to know the limit. It's like you don't know how is the limit if you are not pushed enough. So if you are pushing, then you will know by crashing or something like this. But with the production bike, it's more friendly. You know, like the information is more fast on the rider. Like, this is the limit, and okay, this is the limit. But with the prototype bike, is more like you try to find the limit as you are. So it's a bit change. It's a big change for me. So, but for me it's easier because normally I try to find where is the limit, and now I'm much easier to find this is the limit. So I can improve my riding or just stop because it's the limit. Yeah.
So coming into the Asia Road Racing Championship, how would you say it compares to the other championships that you've raced in? Is it a difficult adjustment, or is it more or less the same, just different competitors?
I feel it's more or less the same because, of course, with the junior GP that I've been riding before, is big different with Asia Road Racing, but it's more or less the same because the competition is tough, is very close between the rival. The battle is the same because Moto3 and AP250 is small bike, and you have, like I said, you have slightly different advantage and disadvantage, and you need to give your maximum in all the laps. So the race is quite similar. So I didn't feel that big change. Yes.
So in Indonesia, many fans are very familiar with your journey, but to those who are just getting to know you this season, I mean, they would have known you now after round one. Tell us about your journey through motorsports, how it started and how it's come to this point here.
Yeah, so I start beginning of my career with my father because my father many years ago he has a racing school and he has a racing team like in national championship. Adinanta also one of them, one of my father rider that time. Yeah, and we riding together. We train. After 3 months, I go to Astronaut Racing School. I go to selection, and I got selected, and I raced there for I think 3 years in Astronaut Racing School, and then I joined Asia Talent Cup, and I got selected also. Unfortunately, that year is COVID. Yeah, and I just raced in Qatar and Mandalika, and it's only three rounds with two circuit. So it's not been a good year for me for prepare myself to be able to ride in Europe, but because Mario need to move that to World Championship, so I need to join the Junior GP that time. Is a big change for me because I didn't ride that much in Asia Talent Cup because the COVID, and I need to directly go to Moto3, the higher class, and after from that I race in Junior GP for 3 years, and then I go to Asia Road Racing this year. Yeah.
I think for many Indonesian riders, Mario is probably the benchmark now. I mean, especially with his performances recently. Would you say right now, especially with Davino in the team, is it sort of like a mentorship for you having a young rider by your side?
Yeah, as you see, I think if you send me in the in the FP1 or FP2, I go in front of him and try to make him a toe, like slightly help to help him to find the line. So it's it's good to helping the teammates, especially like Davino. He's young kids that has good talent. So I would like to help him, of course, because he's my teammate. And yeah, it's just like fun because we know each other in Astronaut Racing School also, and sometimes I try to help him, sometimes he try to help me. It's like just teammates, team. Yes.
That's nice. Okay, quick one now. Sepang, what would you say with your experience here before in 2020? What would you say has been your favorite turn so far here? So far, your Adinanta has said turn 4, Nakarin has said turn 4. Is it the same?
Favorite turn.
Or at least from the video game that you've played?
On the video game is turn 1 and 2.
Turn 1 and 2?
Yes.
I'm surprised at that answer. But that's okay. Next one. Your prediction for the podium this weekend for either race?
First, me. Second, Daniel Sharil. And third, I don't know, probably some Chandra Hermawan. Yeah, I think this one.
All right, last but not least, can you give a nice message to the fans in Indonesia who will be watching you this weekend?
Okay. Untuk semua rakyat Indonesia, mohon dukungannya untuk RB dan tim Astronaut Racing Team di kejuaraan Asia Road Racing Round 2 putaran Sepang di tahun ini. Jangan lupa saksikan dan dukung kami semua. Terima kasih.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Good luck for this weekend.
Thank you.
That's Fadila RB from Astro Honda Racing Team, your AP 250 championship leader. We're going to head down to Nasha Zira in the pit area.
It was a funny start here because Kridapat poured the air. It was a really clumsy wheelie off the line, but he still managed to get the whole shot. Murable for Tony and RB going with him. RB going wide at the start. For first time of asking on turn 3 was Chunchen Jiang for TY Antaras Racing Team, and his teammate, the number 44, the very rapid Rishi Takahira, he would go out as well. I think it was on lap 2, so very unlucky start for TY Antaras Racing Team.
Yeah, and even though that lead group had got away to a bit of a gap, there was a big battle going on. Unfortunately, the 21 machine, Verfan went down. That was a heavy hit crash and the end of his race. See there, that was a big crash. I think that shook him up a little bit. Then there were 3 riders at the front. There were many that tried to challenge to catch up to them, Barry, but no one could get near them. And in the end, they went into the last couple of laps with a handy lead over that pursuing pack.
Yeah, by this time, Erfan, the number 16, had a really good go at trying to catch up. He couldn't make it. Then Murable for Tony had a really good go at trying to catch up. But it was the other Astra Honda rider, Davino Brittani, that got really quick as it went on, and he started to get away. And looking here on the final lap, Kridapat taking a look at RB as they came into the final turn. Braking really late, as you said, Phil, was RB, and he sucked in.
Yeah, there was no way in the world that Kridapat was going to make that corner with that much corner entry speed. And unfortunately for him, he didn't just run wide, he crashed out. And then by the time he got the bike started, they came across the line, but he was finished in 16th position. You can see it there on the brakes. So late. Look at this, Barry. That's where he just couldn't turn the bike in. The back end went away. He went down, and Fadila Arbi went on to take the race.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. And with me right now is our AP250 riders. We have Chandra Hermawan from Yamaha Racing Indonesia, Murabil Bitoni from Yamaha LF and HP 969 Indonesia Racing Team, and also Shaw Vietnam from Honda Racing Vietnam. Hello.
Hello.
How do you feel?
Good.
Good, all good. Okay, pastinya mau bahasa Indonesia kan?
Ya.
Ya, apa kabar kamu?
Alhamdulillah baik.
Baik. Jadi excited tak berada di Sepang Circuit? Tapi kali pertama beraksi di AP250.
Ya, sangat semangat ya. Tahun ini bisa balapan di 250. Mungkin lebih cepat aja adaptasinya.
Okay, Murabil, kamu naik kelas dari Underbone ke AP250 kan, dan quite good juga di Thailand, hampir berada dalam kelompok. Jadi macam mana kamu melihat saingan AP250 ini berbeza sama Underbone?
Ya, untuk perbedaan Underbone dengan 250 ini dengan segi cc juga berbeda dan body juga beda, shape up juga beda. Menurut saya lebih cepat adaptasi aja sih untuk 250 ini, karena persaingannya juga menurut saya
Hampir sama?
hampir sama.
Dari segi apa yang hampir sama persaingannya?
Mungkin overtake ya. Mungkin overtake.
Sebenarnya
Berbedanya hanya rame aja kalau
Oh.
ini.
Kalau di 250 ini bedanya satu ramai.
Iya.
250 ramai atau Underbone?
Underbone.
Underbone kalau di satu selekor itu banyak rider.
Banyak rider.
Kalau di 250?
250 nggak begitu banyak, cuman mirip-mirip lah.
Tapi dia punya physical
Ya,
bike pun lain
lebih,
kan, ada tank.
Betul.
Okay, jadi the next question will be Vietnam. So, Vietnam. Now you are on the podium many times, right? Also in the Thailand. And how do you feel about your performance this year compared to last year? And 2 weeks before, you also raced here in Malaysian Superbike. So how do you feel?
I feel. I think this year I ride more. Not hungry like last year.
Not hungry?
Yeah, because last year it's the first time I fight for the podium, so sometimes I hungry and I push too much, and then crash. But this year I'm
more calm.
More calm. It's just enjoy the day. If today not coming, we have day 2 in tomorrow, and then it not coming, we need to finish. I think top 5 is a good position for championship, because last year I finished 4 times on the podium, but the position in the championship very low because I crashed too much.
Yeah.
And this year I changed my style. We have 10 laps, so
we need to more calm, more chill.
More enjoy the day.
Okay, how about the rivals this season? We have like Murabil, Chandra, quite good also for this year.
And I think this year more difficult because the level of rider this year very high. Some guy coming from World Super Sport and Moto3, CAV. Also this year we have a lot of Yamaha bike, so different with last year. Because last year most rider I already riding long time together, so I know where I fatter and where I lose, and then easy to fighting. But this year new rider, we don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I just follow some lap and see where I can improve.
All right. So next question is Chandra Hermawan. So Chandra, kamu tampil cukup baik di race 1 di Thailand kan? Jadi apa yang terjadi di race yang kedua pada pusingan yang lalu? Bisa kongsikan sama kita?
Terutama sih untuk di seri 1 kemarin round 1 saya berusaha maksimal, dan ya itu juga race 1 juga saya berusaha maksimal, dan race 2 mungkin belum bisa podium, tapi saya berusaha maksimal juga. Mungkin di Sepang ini insya Allah race 1 race 2 podium.
Okay, kalau kita lihat di tahun lalu ya, Ferozi quite good here, win race kan?
Yeah.
So, and we know also yang Yamaha Racing Indonesia quite good. Orang kata dia punya motornya laju, Yamaha sekarang very strong, right? compare because you guys are using R3 bike. So jadi macam mana kamu rasa untuk performance bike di Sepang ini dan juga tahun ini?
Mungkin untuk motor sih ada perbedaan sedikit, tapi ya semua ada plus minusnya. Dan plusnya motor saya sih di torsi. Kalau udah sih cukup di torsi aja.
Be consistent.
Ya.
Alright. Jadi kita kembali semula ke mobil. Okay. Mobil. Jadi kalau kita lihat kamu ketika di Indonesia banyak championship yang kamu masukkan.
Ya,
Di sana juga kamu masuk Mandalika Racing Series. Juga Elephant also have a own championship, right?
Ya.
So apa bezanya kamu berlumba di national dan juga di ARRC?
Ya, untuk perbedaan nggak beda jauh ya. Soalnya juga di Indonesia juga persaingannya juga pembalap-pembalapnya hampir mirip-mirip. Jadi sama ARRC mungkin nggak begitu beda jauh. Mungkin ARRC lebih agresif dan lebih ramai aja.
Lebih ramai aja. Dari segi perbezaan negara kan?
Ya.
Jadi untuk setupnya motor bagaimana mobil? Lebih sukar atau lebih mudah?
Lebih perbedaan sama ARC.
Ya.
Lebih mudah sih. Lebih
Kenapa
mudah
ya?
menurut saya karena di Indonesia juga udah mengikuti kejuaraan itu dan juga udah beberapa ada data motor dan yang lainnya.
Okey, kalau kita lihat di Sepang Circuit ni kan, kita ada 2 straight yang panjang. Jadi ada tricky corner, ada sektor-sektor yang agak tricky. So, is it difficult, sukar untuk kamu untuk cari setup yang minggu ini?
Kalau untuk sirkuit dari tahun-tahun sebelumnya juga waktu di Underbone juga suka, dan perbedaannya tahun ini saya ada di posisi di 250. Mungkin harus cepat adaptasi karena juga baru pertama ini di Sepang menggunakan motor 250.
Okay. So, next question, Vietnam, back to Vietnam. So, how do you train back home in Vietnam? Do you have a big circuit or?
We have only small circuit, and sometimes we and all Vietnamese rider to training same time in same circuit, and sometimes we go to Malaysia to join MFBK to more training on the big circuit, and we have plan go to Japan to training with Japanese rider to learn something from high level rider in Japan.
Okay, like you say, you already raced in Malaysian Superbike in past 2 weeks here, right? So, but the different bike, 600 and 250, totally different. We know that, and it's give you any advantage to get more mileage here in Sepang Circuit.
I think will give more for me confidence because on 600 bike the speed very high, and then now I back to 250, maybe I more confident with the bike, then
more easy to handling.
More easy to control the bike.
Alright, so Chandra Hemawan, apa yang paling kamu minat dalam perlumbaan AP250 ini?
Terutama itu mimpi saya berlomba di AP 250, dan saya berusaha karena ini mimpi saya, ya semoga terwujud apa yang dimimpikan saya. Dulu saya cuman bisa melihat, sekarang saya Alhamdulillah bersama tim Yamaha Racing Indonesia saya bisa balap di AP 250.
Okay, kalau tadi saya tanya Murabil, he also race in Mandalika Racing Series. You guys still race yang sama di Indonesia?
Ya,
Sama kategori juga?
sama.
Ha, ini yang menariknya. Jadi bagaimana? Adakah ini memberikan kelebihan kepada kamu untuk mengenal karakter Murabil? Mungkin kelebihan juga untuk Murabil lah mengenal karakter Chandra kan. Jadi bagaimana? Adakah memberikan kamu satu advantage lah untuk perlumbaan ARC ini?
Ya mungkin itu sedikit sih, tapi setiap race pasti beda 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 itulah beda.
Beda challenge dia.
Iya, beda challenge ya. Ya mungkin kurang lebih sama aja.
Sama aja ya. Jadi do you have any pressure? Ada macam tekanan tak? Macam last year Ferozi kan fight for overall champion. So this year you are the main rider, right?
Ya saya harus lebih dari Ferozi.
Ada tips apa-apa dari Ferozi? Untuk kekal tenang macam like Tour Vietnam this year, like more calm, more chill.
Oh mungkin kalau dari saya sih lebih ke santai sama bernyanyi aja di atas
Bernyanyi aja.
motor.
Nyanyian apa? Mungkin di endingnya interview ini kita bisa lihat Chandra atau tadi sebelum tadi Murabil also nyanyi.
Ya itu apa? Yang tren sekarang itu.
Lagu apa? Statue juga.
Statue.
Yang pastinya di era statue sudah berluasa ya. Tour Vietnam, you know statue song very famous now in Indonesia.
Statue.
Yeah, these two guys will sing. How?
Lagunya apa gimana?
Tour Vietnam, can you teach a little bit to Tour Vietnam how to do?
Statue, setelan cuek baru.
Yeah, it's very famous right now in Vietnam. Okay, we back to question. So, Tour Vietnam, Sepang weather can change quickly. You know, is unpredictable in Sepang. We also know that, and right now, it's like cloudy. And what do you think about the weather in Sepang circuit? Did you prefer dry or wet?
Hopefully, I want to ride because when we fighting on the ride condition, more feather and more fun. On the wet, I think everybody should keep the bike slowly, and it's not fun for me. But if raining coming, we need to ride, and then we try to finish the ride. I hope, because I think in memory I never finished the ride on the west. So this time, if raining, I hope I can finish the ride.
So, you answer like this, maybe Chandra and Murabil can, wow, Tour Vietnam, not like in the rain. Okay, so you prefer dry. Right. So, Murabil, kamu gimana? Hujan, panas, atau apa-apa aja?
Bebas aja.
Bebas aja, santai aja.
Santai aja.
Tapi kalau diberi pilihan, mau hujan atau?
Panas ya.
Panas. Soalnya lebih mudah untuk.
Kalau pengen muda ya hujan.
Hah, hujan?
Ya. Rezekinya.
Ya.
Kalau rezeki ya.
Ya.
Kalau panas kita bisa fight.
Okay. So Murabil, tadi ceritanya hujan. We talk about the weather, and now Murabil, apa bedanya dari segi Moto 250 ni? We also know that totally different because Underbone bike don't have tanks, right? And AP250 have a tanks. So is it too difficult to get the best setup here? terlalu sukar?
Perbedaannya.
Ya, dan perbedaannya. Sukarkah untuk mencari setup dan perbedaannya dengan Underbone?
Lebih mudah, lebih suka 250 ini ya. Karena Underbone harus benar-benar mendapatkan data yang kita harapkan. Perbedaannya mungkin kalau 250 ini dari rider juga ya. Itu aja.
Okay. Back to Chandra. Selain dari setup motor kan, apa lagi yang perlu dititik beratkan dari seorang rider?
Terutama mungkin ya pembalap, fisik, dan fokus. Harus benar-benar fokus dan fisiknya harus benar-benar prima. Ya itu aja sih.
Itu aja.
Ya.
Okay, last question for Vietnam. Vietnam, you're a very experienced rider in AP250. After 6 years, you'll be on the podium. So, do you think you can get or can fight for the overall champion for this year?
Yeah, this year the target is fight for the championship. So that's why I tell you, finish in top 5 this year, very important boy for championship. And yeah, just fighting right by right, and we will see in final round, because I know final round in Thailand and very famous my circuit. So I think I hope we can keep the position until final round.
All right. So we already know all the answer from these 3 riders. So thank you so much, guys. So we hope we can enjoy to see all the battle with you guys around race 1 and race 2. So thank you again. All the best for this weekend, and we will see the next rider for the next category.
The highlights now of the second of our AP250 races for the weekend. And it was Kritapat that got the good launch off the line, Barry. He qualified on pole and he'd shown speed all weekend, and he led them through turn 1 on the first lap.
Yeah, again, he gapped the field in the very early stages, but he no way to get away from this field. There's too much slipstream, and certainly the eventual race winner, Fadila, was not going to let him get away. Vitoni and Chandra really kept them honest too in these early stages.
Yeah, that group of 4 had made a little bit of a break, as unfortunately we see the Japanese rider Takahira have a mechanical problem and had to pull out of the race early. And then only a couple of corners later, that lead group of 4 was back to being a lead group of 8 or 10. And as they went to the top end of the circuit, it was bike number 16 that went to the lead. That was Irfan.
Yeah, Irfan always brings a fight to any race. Fantastic spirit from the Indonesian rider. But these 2 edged their way clear of danger.
Yeah, it was about the same time as they did it in yesterday's race as well, wasn't it? The dying stages, 3 laps to go. So they came across the line to make it 2 laps to go. You could see there that the gap had just opened up enough that they were going to have a 2-man fight all the way to the finish. And the real question was, out of that group behind, who was going to take the top step of that group to end up 3rd on the podium?
Yeah, you could argue that Fadila outsmarted Kritapat yesterday. I think that was a bit of a forced error at the final turn, and so we waited with bated breath to see how it would work out this time. There's Chandra at the front of that group at this stage.
Kritapat actually took the lead, but it was very, very swiftly taken back by Fadila Abi, as Cal Vietnam at the same time was making his way through that second pack. But Galang Hendra was leading as they came around through the final corners. You can see how much of a lead Fadila Abi and Kritapat actually had as they came through the final corners. And as they came down to the final corner, there was no way that Kritapat could out-break Fadila Abi, but we thought that he may have been opting for the drive out of here and take the win. as they went to the line, but he didn't have enough pace, and it was Fadila Abi that took his second win of the weekend for Astra Honda. Kritapat had to settle for second, and Cow Vietnam, a great ride, a great podium in third.
Yeah, he made up 3 places in the final sector. That was brilliant riding from the Vietnamese.
Thank you so much, Nasha. And you join us once again in the press conference room with the boys in the fluorescent yellow from Zir LFN HP969 MCR RBT34, Husni Zainul. Selamat datang, Husni.
Siap.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah baik.
Oh, that's good, it's good. So we'll jump right into it. So I'll translate the questions as we go along. You're in the Underbone 150 once again, a category that's always a gamble. It's always tricky, always fierce competition. Today you come preparing for this weekend, and we know that it's going to be tricky. What do you think is going to be your chance in the race, and what is your expectation for the race coming in?
Untuk semua pembalap ini besok pastinya akan bermain agresif dan Albi sendiri akan bermain lebih strategi karena Albi akan bermain lebih strategi untuk mendapatkan poin di seri ini dan seri-seri selanjutnya besok.
So quick translation of that is the most important thing. Everyone's going to go fast, but the most important thing is the strategy to collect for the points for all the rounds coming through. Because as always, points is what matters in the season. So now going next, you and your teammate have put on a show, and we know the Elephant HP 969, they're super, super fast. The team works really, really well. So what can we expect for round 2?
Untuk seri 1 kemarin, saya dan rekan tim saya Gupita Kresna mendapatkan hasil yang cukup baik di awal musim. Dan di seri 2 ini Alpi akan lebih bermain kompak dan lebih untuk membuat hasil baik bagi tim, dan ya mudah-mudahan aja ada rezekinya di seri 2 ini untuk saya berdua Gupita.
So a quick translation of that would be in round 1 it was a great result, fantastic result from himself and Gupita, who also had his first podium ever in Thailand. He was very happy about that, and the plan is to give the best result for the team and to give everything that they can and try to keep the momentum going. So the third one will be, okay, in the Underbone 150 you are pretty much an expert in this class. We've seen the way you ride. So it's not just about the circuit, but it's also about the slipstream, about trying to get through the huge pack ahead. What would you say is the most important skill for racing the Underbone 150s?
Untuk di kelas Underbone 150 ini bagi saya skill cukup penting, dan yang paling penting itu strategi dari semua pembalap. Pastinya mempunyai strategi masing-masing untuk mendapatkan hasil yang baik, dan yang paling penting itu kekompakan dari tim itu sendiri, karena dari kekompakan itulah akan muncul tren positif bagi pembalapnya, tuh akan berpikir lebih hal-hal baik lah, dan ya mungkin itu aja.
So yeah, the translation that would be the main thing is skill is very important, and strategy throughout the whole pack is really important to stay with the front group. And yeah, at the end of the day, strategy is absolutely key. Have you seen that?
Dan yang mungkin ada satu lagi yang kelewat, rezeki dari Yang Maha Kuasa itu mungkin yang paling penting. Karena di kelas Underbone itu ya itulah rezeki, dan kita sendiri strateginya yang berjalan sendiri, yang membuat juara itu ya dari strategi dan rezeki dari Allah aja.
So the translation that was sometimes there's also a bit of luck and a gift from above on whether or not the strategy will work at the end, and at the same time the strategy plus the luck and gift from above will be the big factor, as always with the Underbone 150s. So the next one, for you, do you think it's really important to qualify well for qualifying and Superpole, or is it not so important with how the Underbones is?
Bagi Alpi sendiri untuk grid itu penting ya. Dari mulai praktis qualifying dan Superpole itu penting, karena dari situlah akan mempercayakan munculnya percaya diri itu. Kalau misalkan kita startnya di depan, nah kita itu lebih semangat di race-nya itu, karena kita kita start di paling depan dan kita lebih berpikirnya lebih semangat dan lebih ini aja sih. Lebih berpikir lebih jernih.
So what we're saying is that the qualifying and Super Bowl is also very important because when you know that you're fighting at the top, you have that self-belief. You know that you can fight at the front with a good pace, and it's important to have that belief. So yeah, I agree with that one. Yeah. So the next one is, what do you feel you like the most about racing in the ARC compared to other championships that you race in?
Di kelas Underbone ini terutama di ARC itu adalah impian bagi semua pembalap di Indonesia, apalagi kelas Underbone satu-satunya di Asia, mungkin di dunia ya, satu-satunya itu ya menjadi impian semua orang. Dan untuk perubahannya karir Alpi itu main RRC ya lebih bermimpinya lebih mimpi untuk menjadi juara RRC itu aja.
So you were saying that the racing in the Underbone class is the dream of many riders in Indonesia and other riders in the world as well. And the real dream is to keep on going until he's a champion of the Underbone class. So the next one we have is the goal is always to become a champion, as always. What would be the personal goal for this season?
Untuk target Alpi sendiri di musim ini bersama tim ya pastinya menjadi yang terbaik. Kalau memang ada rezekinya bisa menjadi juara tim dan juara champion di kelas Underbone 150 ini.
So the goal is to become the champion with the team and the Underbone 150 class, as we expect from the race winner himself. So, okay, now we're going to have some quick fire extra questions, soalan tambahan. So, the first one I'm going to ask is the favorite turn in circuit, in the Sepang circuit. So, selaku mana yang favorite untuk di Selitar Sepang ini?
Untuk favorit Albi sendiri di tikungan terakhir sih dan dan di tikungan 8 itu paling favorit bagi Albi
yang
sendiri.
Terakhir dan di 8 ya. So he said his favorite is turn 15 and turn 8. Yeah. Kenapa turn 8?
Karena biasa main PS, di situ tikungan itu yang menurut Alpi bisa tambah cepatnya di situ dan di tikungan terakhir.
So he said the main thing is because he plays it a lot in the game and he feels that he can get a lot of speed coming out of turn 8. Again, different answer. Sebelum ni Fadila ada bagi tahu selekor 4. Fadila bagi tahu yang dia paling tak suka selekor 7-8. Dia enggak suka 7-8.
Tidak suka.
Dia enggak suka.
Malah kebalik berarti.
So I was just saying that Fadila, his compatriot, said that he didn't like 7 and 8. So it's interesting contrast. Okay, so the next one is who's his idol that's an Indonesian athlete. So siapa atlet yang dari Indonesia yang menjadi idola Anda?
Teammate saya sendiri, Gupita Kresna.
Gupita, ya.
Ya, karena Alpi dari kecil, dari sebelum Alpi balapan sampai di kelas SMP tuh Alpi yang mengikuti RRC dari jauh-jauh tahun itu. Masih Gupita di kelas 130 dan 115 apa 125 gitu ya. Alpi sering nonton Gupita Kresna ya, itulah impian Alpi sampai berada di sini ya berkat Mas Gup juga karena menjadi idola dan jadi acuan bagi Alpi.
Yes, but Gupita memang legend.
Ya legend sekali, apalagi di Indonesia.
So what you're saying is that Gupita has been the idol since way back in the 115, 130 class. Because when he started as well, Gupita was fighting at the top, and Gupita is an example to follow. So, yeah. And his own teammate as well now.
Yeah.
So okay, next one. The next one will be the prediction for the race this weekend. So bagaimana prediksi untuk podium kali ini? 1, 2, 3.
Prediksi seri ini sama aja seperti seri 1 kemarin, Alpi menggebu-gebu untuk memberikan hasil baik bagi tim. Dan Alpi lihat nanti dimulai sesi pre-practice qualifying itu Alpi lihat seberapa baiknya Alpi, dan ya itu balik lagi karena dari hasil-hasil setiap sesi itu menurut Alpi sangat penting untuk meningkatkan kepercayaan diri, itu aja sih.
So what he's saying is that he predicts similar to the round one, and he's going to go session by session to try and find and see what he can give for the weekend. So the next one, circuit favorite untuk kalender balap tahun ini?
Favorite Thailand dan Jepang mungkin. Itu Alpi
Jepang, ya.
Karena ya itu balik lagi Alpi sering main PS. Alpi sering main PS ya, bermimpi pengen main di sirkuit Jepang itu, dan alhamdulillah di tahun ini bisa kecapaian, dan mudah-mudahan aja di seri berikutnya di Jepang itu Alpi mendapatkan hasil yang baik. Ya Alpi belajarnya dari game kebanyakan untuk menghafalkan racing line, nonton video ya.
There you go. So what I asked was his favorite circuit for this season. He said, of course, Buriram and Motegi because of PlayStation. So he said that he learned a lot of the racing lines from the game actually, and that he was happy to get a good result as well in Buriram, and hopefully once again for Motegi now. So last one, I'm gonna ask him to send a message to the Indonesian fans. So apa pesan anda untuk para penggemar di Indonesia yang menonton akhir pekan ini?
Untuk semua saudara-saudara kita, dukung pembalap-pembalap Indonesia di ajang ARRC ini, di seri 2 ini khususnya, mohon doanya. Dan untuk warga Bandung, tong hilap dukung, doakeun pembalap nu asli di Jawa Barat, mudah-mudahan bisa mengibarkan bendera Indonesia dan membanggakan daerah Jawa Barat.
Alright, terima kasih ya.
Siap.
Thank you so much for joining this session. Now we're going to head down to Nasha after the replay of the highlights for the race.
Thanks very much, Daniel. Great to hear from our race winner there. Didn't make it easy for himself because at the start he was back in the pack, but early on it was our poleman, Sharel Seisras, that led the field. Unfortunately, a couple of mechanical failures early.
Yeah, there were two early on. Dimas Julie, that was number 51. That was the teammate of your winner, of your almost winner, Sharel Seisras.
You can see our race winner there starting to make his way through the pack on board bike number 143. He was up to 6th position with 5 laps to go.
And in the middle part of this race, Nazarul Izzat was very much in evidence, but faded as we got towards the end. Race Tech 60, both those yellow machines were in the hunt as well.
Yeah, Dimas Julie, one of those riders. You can see there the 143 machine of Husney Zonal making his way up the inside. That was with a couple of laps to go. He positioned himself almost perfectly, didn't he, with to make sure that he was in position to challenge over those last couple of laps when the action at the front really started to get serious. And you can see there, having a look down the inside, didn't quite go for the lead. 2 laps to go, he was in the perfect position, and then look at that. Tried to go up the inside. He was lucky to get, not get taken out from the rider from behind, and then that rider then had to try and deal with another rider coming through very, very quickly. I think that was Ahmed Afif.
That's right, the number 50, yeah. He really looked like he was going to get through at that point. I thought he was going to come through and win it, but the riders coming from the outside switched to the inside, muscled Afif out of the way. Argy-bargy there, but it was a clean win for Husni Zainal Fauzi.
Yeah, Fahmi Bassam back onto the grass on the run down that final straight.
All right, back with me right now. We have Underbone 150 category riders. we have Fahmi Basam from Indonesia, Aditya also from Indonesia, and Afif Amran, home hero. So, apa khabar kamu semua?
Alhamdulillah baik.
Baik ya Afif? Okay, so I don't want to talk too much, just we need to ask them. So, first question for Fahmi Basam. Soalan pertamanya untuk Fahmi. Okay Fahmi, jadi Fahmi, gimana di pusingan yang pertama, perlumbaan yang pertama kamu cukup bagus kan berada di podium, tapi apa yang terjadi di perlumbaan yang kedua?
Alhamdulillah di round 1 Thailand kemarin saya di race 1 bisa podium kedua. Dan untuk race Sepang kali ini mungkin saya mau melakukan setup dulu di latihan di FP1 dan FP2 untuk race yang bagus.
Jadi kalau kita lihat dalam perlumbaan Underbone ni yang paling tricky adalah di selekor yang terakhir ataupun tikungan yang terakhir kan. Jadi bagaimana kamu sebagai champion tahun lalu, pastinya pembalap-pembalap yang lain sudah macam beri tumpuan kepada kamu kan. Jadi bagaimana strategi untuk keluar daripada kelompok untuk menang di finishing line?
Untuk tikungan terakhir di Sepang ini memang sangat krusial. Untuk strategi sendiri mungkin pada saat berjalannya race baru bisa melihat jalur mana yang bisa diambil.
Okay, so Aditya, seterusnya untuk Adit. Adit, balapan di Underbone ni bagi kamu mana yang lebih penting? Adakah skill, kecepatan ataupun pembalapnya sendiri? Kenapa?
Ya, kalau di kelas Underbone ini semua sangat penting. Tapi yang terutama mungkin karena di kelas Underbone ini membutuhkan strategi, harus pintar-pintar menentukan strategi aja. Itu aja.
Okey, jadi kalau kita lihat ini merupakan tahun pertama kamu balap menggunakan motosikal. Kalau di Indonesia panggil Supra kan?
Ya.
Supra GT.
GTR.
GTR. Okey. Bagaimana bezanya atau adakah totally different dengan sebelum ini?
Mungkin lebih banyak ke setup rasio sama setup suspensi aja sih. Selebihnya sama.
Kecepatannya semua sama?
Semua sama.
Okey, jadi soalan seterusnya untuk Afif Amran. Home hero, home race Afif. So Afif, kita tahu memang Afif banyak sangat pengalaman dekat track Sepang ni kan Afif. Jadi selok belok orang kata kan mana yang boleh Afif shortcut kan mungkin ada di Sepang ni. Boleh Afif share tak macam mana untuk race kali ni, macam mana lagi-lagi kita bersaing dalam kelas Underbone ni paling susah untuk dipredik?
Okey, kalau untuk selain pada kategori Underbone ni, saya rasa saya boleh atur strategi yang baik. Mungkin saya dah ada banyak data di Sepang, tapi untuk Underbone ni saya tak fikir sangat. Sebab siapa-siapa boleh menang dan siapa yang cerdik dan strategi dia menjadi pada last lap tu, dia yang menang. Saya rasa kelebihan saya ada data di Sepang ni tak memberi saingan sangat untuk rider lain, sebab rider lain pun dah masing-masing ada data, sebab Underbone ni tak macam kategori lain lah.
Okay Fif, we also know kan kalau kita race di depan penonton sendiri, tempat sendiri, pressure dia mesti totally different lah kan, sebab ada family datang, kawan datang. So more pressure tak untuk home race kali ni?
Tipu lah orang cakap tak ada pressure setiap race. Race kat mana-mana track negara pun pressure. Tapi ni kali di hometown mungkin pressure tu ada, cuma saya buat yang terbaik. Apa yang saya ada, saya bagi yang terbaik, ada best untuk hometown.
Okay, kita back to Fahmi. Fahmi, jadi tadi kamu katakan kalau di Sepang ini tikungan terakhirnya sangat tricky kan. Jadi gimana kamu, kita lihat dalam elephant kita ada tiga rider kan? Tiga. Jadi gimana caranya untuk mencari, orang kata strategi lah, untuk pasukan?
Untuk strategi pasukan tuh nanti pada saat habis Super Bowl baru bisa diprediksi. Tapi kalau untuk seri Sepang ini kayaknya saya harus mengumpulkan poin sebanyak-banyaknya untuk mempertahankan gelar juara saya.
Okey, mungkin ada some rider kan yang macam dia suka berada di pole position. Dan bagaimana dengan Fahmi? Adakah Fahmi suka berada di pole position ataupun mungkin berada di petak-petak belakang?
Untuk posisi pole position saya rasa semua pembalap suka kalau berada di pole position. Itu masing-masing mempunyai apa ya? Strategi masing-masing buat berada di pole position itu.
Okey, next Aditya. Aditya, kamu rasa siapa lawan terberat kamu di kelas Underbone?
Terutama mereka berdua.
Okey.
Di kelas Underbone ini mungkin menurut saya rival terberat semua. Karena di tahun ini rider-rider di kelas Underbone ini sangat kuat-kuat menurut saya.
Mungkin selain daripada Afif dan Fahmi, mungkin antara yang terlintas di fikiran kamu lah.
Banyak sih, ada rider Indonesia, Mas Gupita, Alfi, juga ada Wahyu Aji, ada Dimas, semua menurut saya.
Okey, gimana kamu rasa macam setting motor ini sangat penting dalam kelas Underbone?
Sangat penting ya, terutama di rasio, di gearbox, karena setiap sirkuit berbeda-beda hitungan rasionya. Mungkin selebihnya seperti setup engine, setiap sektor, itu aja.
Okey, jadi next Afif. Afif, orang kata kan kalau untuk Underbone ni lap-lap awal tu tak penting lah, orang kata kan. So, kunci dia adalah 2 lap terakhir tu. Afif setuju tak dengan tu and kenapa?
Tu memang betul. Saya setuju dengan apa yang Nasha cakap tu. Sebab Underbone ni kalau betul-betul kalau kita bagi 20 lap pun untuk Underbone, dia orang akan race betul-betul 2 lap je. 2 lap nak habis tu baru dia orang berperang. Lap sebelum tu memang dia orang akan save motor, strategi, dia orang akan sukat mesin dia orang macam mana nak keluar pada last lap.
Sukat mesin tu, maybe Afif boleh ceritakan sikit lebih pasal yang sukat mesin tu untuk penonton-penonton lah dekat rumah.
Okey, untuk sukat mesin ni pada permulaan starting tu kita dah boleh rasa di mana kita akan berada di depan ataupun kita boleh finish podium ataupun tidak, kita dah boleh rasa pada lap tu. Sebab kita rasa hari ni motor kita mungkin laju, kadang-kadang setup kita untuk race kali ni tak menjadi. So kita rasa position kita tu dekat mana. Walaupun kita push, kita still ada di kat situ lah. Susah nak bagi tahu sebab situation tu berubah-ubah kan.
Alright, tayar penting tak untuk jaga tayar dalam kelas Underbone ni?
Untuk Underbone, tayar tak bagi impact sangat. Saya rasa Underbone ni lebih kepada power machine. Kalau datang setup suspension ataupun gearbox macam mana pun, kalau mesin tak power, kita tak boleh atur apa-apa strategi untuk ke depan lah.
Alright, thank you Afif. Jadi last lah, target untuk home race ni.
Target saya untuk race home town kalau boleh nak berada top 3 lah. Tapi semua orang nak menang, so kita usaha yang lebih baik lah.
Okay, Adit, target kamu dan apa strategi untuk menang sekali lagi kali ni?
Target saya race 1, race 2 bisa podium.
Itu saja?
Itu saja.
Fahmi, mesti all eyes on you because you are the champion last year.
Target saya mungkin sama seperti rival-rival saya ingin podium juga di race 1, race 2. Dan untuk strategi sendiri paling saya ingin bermain sabar aja.
Sabar.
Enjoy.
Sabar adalah kuncinya untuk menang. Okay, jadi thank you you guys. So all the best. Terima kasih semua. Semoga berjaya untuk minggu ni. So we will back to Daniel.
As they got off the line, it was the pole sitter that got a great start. And Cheryl Yuzi came down into turn 1 with the lead, but it was immediately swamped as they made their way up the back straight. And look who it was. It was Gupita Kresna the eventual race winner that was in the lead early on.
Yeah, he kept himself really well positioned, as he did yesterday. He was fifth yesterday, so this is good points scoring for him this weekend.
His teammate Husni Zainul was also very, very fast on the 143 machine.
Fantastic weekend for them. And there was Husni, not for the only time, leading them across the line in this race. There's 5 laps remaining at this point, and Dimas Julie looking aggressive all the way through.
He was another runner that had multiple occasions where he was in the lead of the race. His teammate on board bike number 60, Waju Aji Trilaksana, was also doing a great job. You can see him there coming up the outside, trying to take the lead, the most experienced rider in the field.
Yeah, and Afifan ran the Starweezy, 51, followed by the 50, Afifan ran, who ended up in 7th.
Into the lead as well, and then he was immediately swamped. As is typical in the Underbone 150 class, there's 12 corners in this track. There were so many overtaking manoeuvres every single lap of the 8-lap race. It was hard to try and keep up with who was where in the race. Plenty of riders running off the circuit as well, but Gupita Kresna was always running around in that first 5 or 6 bikes, positioning himself perfectly. You can see him there, back up into second position on board bike number 23.
Yeah, the LFN machines, the Racetech 60 machines, they're all there. Nazrul Izzat there, Fahmi Bassam there. Look at that close quarter racing.
Look at that, he was in the lead from halfway down the back straight and managed to hold off the charge here from everybody. Gupita Kresna, the Indonesian rider, look at him sweep across the front there as they came to the line. There was also this big crash just behind them. Waju Ali Trilaksana was getting cleaned up there and lucky to not get hit by following riders, but it was Gupita Kresna that took the race win from Aditya Fuzi and Dimas Julie.
Thank you once again, Nasha. And now back in the press conference studio, I'm joined by Mr. Fantastic, Hiroki Ono from the TVS Asia World Make, defending champion. So Hiroki, welcome to the studio. How are you?
Good, thank you.
How was your flight?
Yeah, wrong time. I arrived this morning.
Yeah, this morning, exactly. All right, let's get into it. So race 1 in Thailand was business as usual in round 1. But race 2 was a different story altogether. We thought you would arrive in the last turn, but it just didn't come together. Can you tell us about the race?
I started the season, we'll be winning race 1. But in race 2, I couldn't get the setting right, so I called to was get on the podium.
Was it just the setup different for you and you just couldn't reach?
Yeah, compared to race 1, so engine feeling little bit different, then difficult to adjust my riding style. But end of the race, I understand how to ride this bike, then catch the top group again. Yeah, finally I get the podium. It's okay. Yeah.
Because we always expect you to fight for the win in every race. So TVS Asia is it's starting to get really competitive. Everyone's really starting to get quick. In your opinion, what has changed that's making it more competitive?
Yeah, of course, the fact that it's one make race has something to do with it. But I think it's also because they are supplying us with machines that I are more precise and have a fewer individual difference than before.
So it's like suiting certain riders a bit better now with the setup changes then.
Yeah.
So Sepang is the home to Malaysian riders, and of course in TVS there's a few Malaysian riders, Ramdan Rosli and Haziq Farouz as well now in the chairmanship. What would you think, or how do you feel about the competitiveness for this round with riders on their home ground?
Yeah, of course this weekend Ramdan and Haziq I think fast, but it's okay. Also for me, I know that this circuit, this bike, if my riding go to 100%, this is not problem for me this weekend.
Because I remember last season as well over here.
Yeah.
You crashed and you still got back on and won the championship. It was
Yeah.
fantastic. So next up, so riding the TVS Apache now, you have so much experience riding different motorcycles. But what do you think this championship? What do you think about this championship with the TVS? What do you think makes it interesting?
The good things about this race in that all the machine on equal terms, so the rider's potential is reflected directly in the result.
Definitely, that's always with the one-make championships. Now, you're a seasoned pro, you're a veteran in racing, you're the well-experienced Hiroki Ono. What do you think it takes to keep up your form? Is it the practice? Is it your training? What do you think it takes?
So when I stay in Japan, I'm very busy, but that's why for me difficult to go to gym, go to practice, very difficult. But I know, of course, important physical training. But for me, I think more important, even more mental training, mentality.
I think that's the classic rider answer. I think the legends always say the same thing. Gym, fitness, very important, but mental, how you plan everything, how you ride, that is very important. Speaking of that, do you think more time on the bike or more fitness better? Which one?
Both. If 600,000 need more physical, but if small bike, more practice in the circuit.
So you've been racing for such a long time now. I remember as a kid, I was watching you back in the day. When did racing start for you, and when did it become a real sport? And can you share us what's your most inspiring story about it?
I started riding pocket bikes when I was 4 years old. I've been racing since I was in second grade. I love the joy, the winning, and the process is takes to get here, and that's what motivation me to fight.
Thank you very much. Now, I'm just going to ask a quick few questions. So, tell me your favorite turn in Sepang.
Last corner.
Last corner. Wow, that's surprising.
Because every category, every year, fighting until last corner. Eh?
True. Which one is not your favorite in Sepang?
Turn 2.
Turn 2?
Because last year, I
Thought
made
so.
crash.
Hey, but you still won the championship on that one. Okay, so what is your prediction for the podium this weekend?
Yeah, my target, of course, 2 victories. But important, I want to get a point.
Yeah. So you're prioritizing points over anything?
Yeah.
Less risk or the same?
Same.
Same, okay, good. We want to see that. So, of course, just before we went live, I had a chat with you about your team in Japan. What is the feeling of having your own team and seeing your riders succeed? Is it?
Yeah, in
nice?
Japan, I make my own team inside some 10 young riders. But yeah, year by year, every rider growing up. Yeah, I hope 2 or 3 years later, coming my rider in ARRC.
I can't wait to see that. That would be really good. So last but not least, can you give a message in Japanese to the fans that will be watching you this weekend?
アジア選手権第2戦をセパンサーキットで迎えます。 ちょっと前戦は優勝と表彰台で、レース2で、ちょっと思うような結果が出なかったんですけども、今週このセパンで、ダブルウィンを飾って、チャンピオンシップでも優位に立っているように、進めていきたいと思いますので、皆さん応援よろしくお願いします。
All right, thank you so much, Hiroki Ono. You're defending champion in the TVS Asia One Make and the current championship leader. Now we're gonna head down to Nasha Edzira down in pit lane.
Thank you.
Well, highlights of the TVS Asia One Make Championship race number 1. And it was a lackluster launch off the line for Hiroki Ono, but halfway around the first lap, Barry started to make up for it. Hunter Corney led them into the first corner and then dropped back a fraction.
Yep, he had elbows with another rider, I can't remember, but this was a massive moment for Sartak Chavan. He stayed on the bike and he recovered, he caught up, and later on he'll do it again.
The biggest benefactor from that moment, though, was Louis Miguel on board bike number 8, who managed to charge his way forward, seemingly came from about 5th or 6th position, and he was up there challenging the leaders as Hiroki Ono and Ramdan Rosley gave him a serious workout in his introduction to this championship, but the three of them just started to break away a fraction with a few laps to go.
Yeah, it's no surprise to see Hiroki Ono and Ramdan at the front there, but it was a pleasant surprise to see a brand new rider up there as well.
Yeah, after the earlier indiscretion, Hunter Corney managed to fight his way back as well, and we're looking like we're going to have a 6-bike battle towards the end of the race. But in the end, it came down to the last lap. That was where Hiroki Ono was the smartest. Ramdan Rosley and Louis Miguel fought over that position. Look at them there. Miguel utilising the slipstream as they made their way down the straight. He was a demon on the brakes, but look at that, 6 riders in that lead group towards the end of the race.
Yeah, and going wide there. Yeah, that was Hunter. But as he is wont to do, Hiroki Ono pulled the pin on the final lap. But yeah, let's look at this finish.
That move there from Rosley, that was the one that got him up into 2nd position, but unfortunately halfway around that last lap he had exceeded the track limits and was forced to drop 1 position. Nonetheless, a sensational ride from him in his first ride in this championship with 2 extreme.
Okay, last of the group for today is TVS Asia Championship, Asia One Make Championship riders. With me right now is Sautak Chavran, Nixon, and Haziq Fairuz, our home heroes. So I don't want to talk too much for today. We need to focus to 3 riders. And the first question, of course, how do you feel? How do you guys feel for today?
Yes, great weather here in Malaysia. And always it's a pleasure riding here at the Sepang International Circuit.
So Nixon, first time being here, how do you feel?
Bye-bye Sahaja.
Oh my God, you say in Malay because you in Malaysia.
Yes.
Okay, but how really you feel to be here?
I feel great being here. It's a whole new experience for me. Just can't even compete with anything I've ever felt before. So.
Alright, it will be great, right?
Yeah, it'll be amazing. I'm so excited. It's just a whole nother level than I've ever raced before. So.
Okay, Haziq Fairuz. Yep. How do you feel? Home race? Any pressure?
Home race, yeah. For sure will be the best spirit this weekend. Yeah, I will try to do this week.
Alright, so back to Sautak. So Sautak, you were amazing in race 1. Victory in race 2, victory in race 2, right? So tell us the improvement in your riding technique and handling for TVS bike.
Yes, so of course I've been working more on my physical fitness compared to last year, and I feel it has been helping me quite along this year. Race 2 was quite good. In race 1 I made many mistakes which costed me a hopeful podium or a win. But in race 2, a good plan and strategy worked out really well.
So how do you upkeep in terms of physical and mental strength?
So yes, physical strength, I've doubled the work which I was doing before. My weight is still the same, but I am trying to build a little bit of muscle. And mentally is just meditate and keep myself calm during the race.
All right. So next question for Nixon. So Nixon, this is your first experience being here in ARC. So how the environment and also what were your other racing experience like, and how do you think it will help in this championship?
Yeah, well, like you said, it's the first time I've ever raced in the ARRC.
Mhm.
So previously, before this, only other racing I've done is in New Zealand and Australia with
Mhm.
the New Zealand Superbike Championship and the Australian Superbike Championship. So it's just a whole nother level for me. I'm real excited and I'm ready for it.
So as a wildcard rider, what is your goal through this participant?
Well, as every rider says, I'd love to be within the top 10, but I don't really have a good gauge on what the riders are going to be like. So I'm just hoping for the best and wanting to enjoy my time here.
All right. So Haziq Fairuz, back to Haziq. So Haziq, first time in TVS Asia race in your home race. Your own friends will come this weekend, right? So tell us your experience with the mission in round one, and how do you feel to race in Sepang circuit?
My feel in the round one,
Yeah, was easy or very tough for you?
a little bit. So just like not too hard, not too easy, but I managed to do well in race one and race two, and keep this momentum for this round.
So racing in your home ground, right? I say like before, is it too much pressure? And the weather we also know in Sepang circuit is unpredictable, right? You can race in half wet, also half dry. So you have many experience here in Sepang.
For sure, this is my race this round. So I'm just keep calm and try to follow the pace and then be the top group. And I hope to get a podium in both races.
All right, we back to Sartak. You bring your title champion in race two for round one. Is it a little bit pressure, and how do you keep calm and relax for this round?
I would say it is not as much pressure as it was because right now second in the championship. The pressure
Yeah.
should be on the rider who is first.
Yeah.
And but of course I want to take more wins this round and keep up the pace until the last round as we go back to Thailand. I am hoping for more wins and podium finishes as well.
Did you want to be on champion for this year? First Indian champion?
Yes, this is my goal for this year. Last year was my first year in this championship, and I could manage. I could manage to finish third in the championship and be the first Indian rider in history. So this time, I would like to for sure be the first rider to be crowned Asian champion.
Okay, so last year you already raced in TVS, right? So any changes with the bike?
Yes, the bike has started to being more reliable and very good in terms of handling. Also, everything now which we have been provided with is great. The pit area and the bikes have improved a lot. Also, the team uniform has changed, so it feels really good and great opportunity given to us by TVS.
Give more energy.
Yes.
So next, Nixon. So what you have learned about TVS Asia One Make Championship, and how do you plan to make the most of your participant?
Yeah, well, I've been following the TVS Asia Championship a lot recently. Just been studying, looking at all the results and everything. But even from just what I've seen today, the bike's just a whole new level from what I'm used to. That is some of the best bikes I've ever seen in my life. But what I'm hoping to get out of it, just the most I possibly can, learn from all the mechanics, the coaches, the riders, just try to make the most of my experience and enjoy it.
Did you hear the bike sound?
Yeah, I heard that.
It's really great, right?
Yes, I love it. It's awesome.
All right, so Haziq Fairuz. What about TVS Asia that make interesting fit, and why?
Yeah, for sure it is interesting for me because I'm new to this tank bike.
Yes.
So I'm hope to grow and grow until I can fight the overall champion for this year, and I hope I can reach that target.
Okay, last question. Which turn you think the most difficult in Sepang circuit?
Yes, for sure. The last lap and the last turn.
Why?
Turn 15.
Why?
Because too many riders will try you cannot predict where the rider will be. And then for sure, the last turn and the last lap is the most difficult thing.
All right, thank you, Haziq.
Thank
and
you.
also, last question for Nixon. What's your target for this weekend?
Target for this weekend, I'd love to be up in the front group fighting, but most important part is just learn the track, learn the bikes, learn the competition. That's all I can hope for, and just go for the best.
Okay, thank you, Nixon. And last for Southpack. So Haziq already say last turn for difficult turn, tricky, right? So what do you think about the exit, the last corner to get the slipstream for the first rider come to finishing line?
I feel the slipstream just for the last lap and last corner is not much after turn 15. But last year I remember I was leading the race and then two riders just overtook me at the last turn. So this I don't want to happen this year. So maybe this round I will keep up. I want to lead the race, but the last corner for sure no.
It's too tricky, right? All right.
Cannot expect because last year I could remember the rider in 5th. He won the race just at the last corner. So
Yeah, you will become the champion until you cross the finishing line.
right.
Anything can happen. All right, thank you so much, guys. All the best for this weekend. So great to see all of you today for our interview and for all the fans of ARRC. So we will be start for ARRC round 2 here in Sepang. Please keep update with us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and all the media platform. And that's all from me, Nasha Ezira, and also our riders, Sautak, Nixon, and Haziq. So thank you so much, and back to Daniel.
Absolutely fantastic performance there from Sartak Shavan, who took the race win in his 3rd year in the TVS One Mate Championship. But as they went down to turn 1 for the first time, it was Hunter Corney that led them on the brakes, but then up the inside, he had to play second fiddle to another rider. But the good news was, Barry, that they all made it through turn 1 and turn 2.
Yeah, this was a nice, clean race by and large. There was an early problem there for Senthil Kumar, and later we'd see one once again for Kanatak Jaiman. But at this stage of the race, early stages, Hiroki Ono very much towards the front, as was Ramdan Rosley. Sartak Shavan there all the time.
Yeah, we also saw Louis who was up there as well, because he was very good in yesterday's race. Louis Miguel on board bike number 8. Eventually the race wouldn't end the way that he wanted it to, but early on he was certainly a player.
Yeah, after being on the podium yesterday, we were looking forward to a real fighting chance for the number 8, the Spanish rider.
Hunter Corney did spend a fair bit of time in the lead group, dropped back a little bit and then was back into the lead of the race. There he is on board bike number 9 with the number 2 machine of Ramdan Rosley right behind him as they came down the final straight and on the brakes. You can see how good Hunter Corney was on the brakes there on board bike number 9, getting the better of Ati Kangir on board bike number 5. Then this massive moment, he was lucky to keep on the motorcycle, and that was the end of his race, unfortunately, as the final lap got underway.
Yeah, I thought he might have been too late to get back on the track, or he was going to go whizzing off down pit lane. But
well, it was certainly a massive, massive moment. You can see, I think he might have even hurt his leg a fraction, but at this stage it was Sartak Shavan that had a comfortable lead. It was gobbled up as they made their way down towards turn 12. Big lunge on the brakes here from Ati Kangir. Wasn't good enough, and up the inside you see Chirag Vishwanath take up the running in second position, which made it in India 1 and 2 on the podium, with Hiroki Ono, the reigning champion and yesterday's race winner, rounding out that podium.
And that brings us to the end for the press conference session for round 2 of the Idemitsu FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. It's been an absolute blast speaking to the riders, the championship leaders, the championship contenders, as well as reliving the highlights of what happened in round 1. This weekend promises plenty of action, so don't forget, don't miss out. Tomorrow we start off with free practice 1s to 3, as well as free practice 2 for the Underbone 150s. And then we head into qualifying Super Bowls and race 1 on Saturday, followed by the warm-ups and race 2 on Sunday. Don't forget, if you're in Malaysia, come down to watch the action live right in front of you here at the Sepang International Circuit. We're going to have so much action, so many categories to enjoy, as well as the pit walk on Sunday. You do not want to miss that. You get to get up close and personal with the riders, get a few posters, get a few signatures, take some photos, and also we have the happy bag where you can win a motorcycle yourself. So, without much further ado, thank you so much for joining the press conference for round 2 of the Idemitsu FIM Asia Road Racing Championship, and we'll catch you live this weekend.